Hey Wilders, this week delivered real progress across the Wilder ecosystem. We got new wheel redesigns, physics upgrades, and Aris broke down performance groups and the future parts market that will power the in-world economy. We also got fresh live looks from the Trenches map, and Neo leaked mission briefings plus new shots from inside the open world. Let's dive in. But first, a quick reminder. If you're not already on Zero and subscribed to Pro, you're leaving tons of rewards on the table. Use my link in the description below if you're new, or just upgrade to Pro if you're already on the app. Okay, back to the Walpha. On Monday, Aris dropped another round of wheels concept and design updates. This one is the west-ednkna. He joked that it is a cursed car because the team has gone in and out of the design so many times. Still not where he wants it, and he said they may need to rework it from scratch. He also shared several early concepts, showing how the shape has evolved over time. Aris also broke down some of the real limitations they have to work within for vehicle physics. Even though the wheels are redesigned, each car still has to respect the idea of its real-world counterpart. Different tech specs, different performance, and you cannot run the same physics on an old Wamaro as you would on a Wamba Huracan or a top-end Bugatti. At the same time, he pointed out that owners would not be happy if he suddenly told them their car is now the slowest or the fastest. So the question becomes, how do they balance that in a way that still feels fair and fun? Aris then explained how they are structuring performance groups to keep racing balanced. Each group contains multiple cars that share identical power-to-weight ratios and grip, even if their shapes and dimensions differ. They have created tiers from D up to S, and each tier has 5 levels, with some overlap so a well-tuned D2 can still compete with a C1 or C2. He also addressed the concern of someone being stuck with a lower-tier car. This is where the simulation and the parts market come in. As tuning parts roll out, you will be able to upgrade and move your car into a different performance group, not pay to win, but trade to win. He also walked through how tuning parts will feed into the new economy. He gave an example where you pull a Turbo Stage 4 from a pack, slap it on your Mustang D1, and jump into the lower end of C3. But soon you realize the top C3 cars are still faster, so you are not competitive. The answer is the market. You sell that turbo, search for a certified combo of parts, and push your car up to the top of C2 instead. This creates real tuner shops, real trading, and a true economy where every upgrade has intent. All parts will be compatible with all cars, but their influence depends on the performance group. Put a weak part on a top-tier car, and it might even lower the power. Aris wrapped it up by reassuring everyone that the wheels project is active and the team is not going anywhere. He also confirmed one of the biggest pieces of the entire vehicle ecosystem. All parts and car performance data will be open-sourced. That means the community can start building combinations, organizing work, and making real investments into the tuning economy. This is how Wilder creates a player-driven market instead of a closed system. Later that day, Frank dropped a fresh look from inside the trenches. This is one of the first full environment shots we have seen from this map. You can see the lighting, the density, the characters moving through the space, and the overall mood of the underground hub. Every new glimpse like this tells us we are getting closer to the trenches opening up to the public, with a brand new environment to explore and a new gameplay mode to jump into. Gobey also resurfaced with some heavy concept work. He shared new shots of drones, dogs, and ground-level tactical scenes that hint at future gameplay systems. These look like early development passes, but the fidelity and direction are clear. More tools, more threats, and more ways the world can evolve as the shooter ecosystem expands. Next, Neo shared our first real look at the mission system. This screenshot shows the full mission flow: active objectives, required tasks, bounty rewards in wild, briefings, codex, and even the artifacts tied to each run. You can also see the full mission list on the left, which gives us an idea of how varied they will be. This is the clearest view yet of how PvE progression will work inside Wilder World. Neo also clarified how missions will actually work. Someone asked if this will be like Destiny-style campaign missions. Neo said it will take place on a big, open map with different missions spread throughout it. The mission count will start small, but it will keep expanding over time as more content is added. Neo also gave a major update on the wild token economy. Transactions on Z-Chain are already up more than 70% this month, and someone asked when token burns start. Neo confirmed that burns begin next month and they will happen daily. This is a huge shift because once the in-world economy turns on, Wild will be burned continuously through gameplay, upgrades, and mission activity. Daily burns mean real demand, real sink pressure, and a more deflationary Wild over time. Neo kept the hype rolling with 2 more open-world leaks. First, he showed a quick stop inside one of the shops, giving us a look at the interior spaces and how detailed the everyday environments are becoming. Then he followed it up with a shot outside showing multiple redesigned vehicles parked across the street. These angles give us a better sense of scale, lighting, and how the new car models look inside the full city. Every leak like this makes the open world feel more alive and closer to ready. Some people in the community started asking questions after news broke that Metagravity was shutting down. Ekim stepped in to clear things up. He explained that Wilder World stopped working with Metagravity a long time ago after realizing their tech was not the right fit. The team has already been building their own multiplayer systems in-house and prefers to rely on as few third-party dependencies as possible. Caspa followed up with an official post confirming the same. All current and future multiplayer infrastructure is being built internally, supported by Epic Online Services and their own custom tech. In other words, Metagravity shutting down has zero impact on Wilder World development. Neo also shared a funny moment from the open world. A bunch of cars were flipped over in the street, and someone asked if you will be able to respawn them when that happens. Neo confirmed there is a flip mechanism built in, so you can recover vehicles without needing a full reset. Just another small detail showing the systems behind the open world are getting more complete. Neo added one more angle from the open world, this time flexing the vertical scale of Wyoming. He said it is not just the widest open world ever made, it is also the tallest. This shot drives that home. Massive skyscrapers, dense vertical layers, and a sense of scale you do not see in most games. The city is not just wide to explore, it is built upward in a way that makes traversal and gameplay feel even more next level. Neo followed up with another detail about the sheer size of Wyoming. He said without GPS, you will instantly get lost, because the city is that massive. He shared an old internal map screenshot that shows just how far the routes stretch and how much ground there really is to cover. The lower cluster of islands in this image are actually space-mined, so this map is showing the border between Space-Mine to the south and Nexus to the north. Even team members were surprised at how huge even the Nexus section is on its own, and this makes it clear how much exploration the full open world will offer. Someone asked Neo if the game will have in-game chat that lets players MMED, which stands for Make Money Every Day, and also earn Meow. Neo said yes, that system is planned, but it might not make it in by the 16th. So it is coming, just not guaranteed for day 1 of the open world preview. Neo shared another look at the open world and said the scale of the city is incomprehensible. Someone asked if districts would unlock progressively as more players come online so it does not feel empty. Neo replied that there are already 20,000 NPCs in the city, with more being added soon. Between the size of Wyoming and the density of characters moving through it, the world is already feeling alive at a massive scale. Gobey posted one of the funniest updates of the week. He showed a shot of the Lamborghini Temerario GT3, one of the rarest wheels in the entire game with only 10 ever made, and joked that once he can steal it, it's over for everyone. Beyond the meme, it's a reminder that Wilders will need to be careful about where they leave their wheels in the open world once vehicle theft becomes active in certain areas. When the city goes live, even the rares won't be safe if you're not paying attention. Neo confirmed they're targeting the avatar creator for the end of this week. This will finally give players the first version of having control over their look, their loadout, and their identity inside Wyoming. If it's not live by the time this video drops today, don't panic. Another team member hinted that next week is going to be epic, so I'd be shocked if this isn't one of the things she was referring to. We'll just have to wait and see. This clip is a big one. Neo shows a behind-the-scenes look at how NPCs are being built, stress-tested, and wired into the on-chain identity system. Every single NPC you see here will eventually be a real on-chain agent that lives in the world, moves through the city, and interacts with players in meaningful ways. And the crazy part is, these NPCs will also be fully ownable by Wilders, turning them into actual digital assets inside the economy. This is the foundation for millions of autonomous characters that will populate Wyoming over time, and it is all being developed in-house. It also explains how they can scale to 20,000 NPCs on day one and keep adding more. This tech is the backbone of the open-world economy that is coming online soon. Aris dropped another midweek surprise with a fresh look at a completely redesigned wheel. We still don't know exactly which model this is, but the silhouette looks like a high-performance prototype built for pure speed. It's aggressive, futuristic, and miles ahead of anything we've seen from earlier concept rounds. If this is headed to Wyoming, the racing meta is about to shift again. The Avatar team keeps flexing. This clip shows the squad running live tests on the new Avatar behaviors, movement logic, and interaction systems. You can see all the back-end markers lighting up as they push the system to handle more complexity at higher fidelity. This is the foundation that makes the Avatar creator feel smooth, responsive, and actually fun instead of janky. Every improvement here compounds into better combat, better traversal, and better customization. The pace they are moving at is wild, and it shows. Frank dropped another atmospheric shot from the trenches. His avatar is right there in the foreground, posted up on the platform, overlooking the whole scene like a commander taking stock before things kick off. The lighting, the motion, the NPC density, the mood. It all feels like a living underground hub that is about to open up to the rest of us. This space gets more alive every time they show it. Neo flexes a clean new ride here. Check the sniper scope sitting on his weapon, the redesigned wheels on the car, and the crazy level of detail across the entire scene. The puddles, reflections, lighting, and shadows all hit different. Every time they show Wyoming in motion, it gets harder to believe that we'll be running around the entire island soon. The team dropped one more trenches shot on Friday, and this one hits different. The lighting pouring in from the open ceiling, the mix of armored operatives and NPC civilians moving through the space. It all sells the atmosphere of a lived-in underground district. You can see patrol patterns, idle behaviors, and layered vertical paths that hint at how complex this map really is. If this is just a static preview, imagine how wild it's going to feel once players are sprinting through here with full mission objectives live. Fog rolled into the trenches on Friday, and Gobey grabbed a couple moody shots to show it off. Between the soft haze settling between the buildings, the way the new avatars and NPC silhouettes cut through the light, and the extra texture work on the walls and metal surfaces, you can tell the team is dialing in serious atmosphere. Every week the lighting, depth, and feel of these districts get tighter. Wyoming is starting to look like a place you can actually breathe in, one of the most striking shots of the entire week. Neo shows off a fully playable moment in Wyoming where everything hits at once. The new avatar model, the redesigned wheels, the reflections across the car's body, the sunset cutting through the scene, and the way the puddles and shadows react to the lighting. It's the kind of frame you'd expect from a cinematic render, but nope, this is straight gameplay. Imagine what this will feel like when we're actually exploring this city in just a few weeks. Finally, on Saturday, Caspa shared this in Discord, and it says a lot without spelling anything out. She's hinting that next week is shaping up to be huge for the Wilder Nation. The Avatar creator feels imminent if it's not already live by the time this video drops. The Trenches map could follow right behind it. Perhaps some other surprises. Stay ready. Alright, most of you know the drill by now, but for anyone new, if you're not on Zero yet, grab my link in the description. And make sure you subscribe to Pro so you can earn and claim your rewards daily. Subscribe to my free Substack for the quick weekly highlights, and join my private Zero channel if you want early access to Walpha in real time as it drops daily. Follow me on X and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's a wrap for this week's report. Thanks for watching, stay sharp, stay wild, and I'll see you in the next one.